Fam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was literally scrolling on TikTok, having a good time, giggling, laughing, and then I looked up and went, oh crap, I'm supposed to be streaming. That's the brain rot level we're dealing with when you visit here. Welcome and happy 3C Friday live stream to you all who celebrate, and a happy. Get him, Jason. Get him for mommy, Jason. Please, Jason. Jason drowning. Cam counselor's not paying attention. 10 years later. Stab. Hire me, Blumhouse. I just gave you a crucial scene for the Friday the 13th. Oh, we got to put the chat up on that one. Hello and welcome, one and all. So glad to see your beautiful faces here. We are going to be having a wonderful Friday the 13th. We got some lovely things to discuss here today. Things are getting spicy as we speak because as I'm live streaming, a lot of Spider-Man Brand New Day is leaking and flooding. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to show or what I should put out there because I'm pretty sure these photos will get copyright and striked by Sony. I'm mainly going to stick to just talking about it, but we could have a couple of slip-ups because now people are posting them all over the timeline. So Sony, don't get to me. Get to your people. All right. Some of the things we will be discussing about here today, though, is we're going to be looking, let's see here. We're going to be looking at the Mario movie. We got some new posters, and the popcorn bucket has now leaked, so we got to take a good old gander at that. We also got here, since it's Friday the 13th, the people who were gonna write the sequel for the 2009 film recently told us what they had planned for it. I thought, why not take a look at it since it's another Friday the 13th without a new Jason movie. Scream 7, we got some updates. Our first look at Stu, and one comment by Kevin Williamson that really, really made me sad for this movie. Disney, you guys have seen it. There's this new AI software where you can now really create a Marvel movie. Well, not a movie, but a short little scene. There was like a viral one of like Toby Spider-Man fighting Chris Evans Captain America. Disney has now sent a cease and desist letter to the company. We're going to talk about that. And then ending it off talking about all the Spider-Man leaks that are going around everywhere because someone's getting fired. Someone's having Bully Maguire show up to their house going, ah! Oh, you gonna cry? Someone's in deep doo-doo. Someone is in deep doo-doo, and we're gonna talk about it all here today. For starters, though, I look so pale white. What is going on, man? I tried lowering the opacity. Let me add some tint of orange, man. Jeez, there we go. It's good to have these lights, man. I think it's I recently upgraded to OLED monitors, and boy, are these things bright. And so I'm like, oh, what had me looking like this? All right, I need to lower these things again now. Way to go, Chris. I hope that joke was worth it. All right. Let's talk about this. What do we call it? So what do you got it? Sinville dissed you, by the way. No, she didn't. I love her. She would never do that. We're good friends. What is you talking about? All right, let's talk about this. So let's bring up the Mario movie buckets. Okay, so that's going to be saved for later because we're going to look at all the Spider-Man leakies. But starting off with Mario, the Mario movie had a ton of posters for Mario Galaxy coming out. These honestly are looking pretty peak. I think Rotten Tomatoes has all of them, so let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. And then we're going to look at the popcorn bucket. So I'm so excited, and the marketing for this movie is kicking off pretty strong. Look at these posters, all individual posters for our Mario characters. We got Mario here doing his classic, woo! And then we have Peach looking up to the skies with a nice galaxy behind her. Toad, you have Luigi, who's, come on, doing his classic Luigi. I don't know how to ride a bike. Bowser, looking good. Double axe fisting. That's cool. Rosalina hanging that above my ceiling, so when I look up at night, just oh mamma mia. That's nice. We have the baby Mario with Yoshi and the T-Rex, and they're even looking like they're going up a skeleton of a dinosaur. I'm still so curious how they're going to explain in the actual movie how they turn into babies. Is it going to be a cosmic thing? Is it going to be some sort of like, I don't even know. It's like, are they going to use like an interstellar type thing? They're going to go through a cosmic wormhole. Is there like some sort of is there going to be a magic involved? Is it the little brush that Bowser Jr. has? Is there like a reverse mushroom that ages them down? I'm trying to see. Bowser Jr. is looking awesome. Even with this plant over here that he's got, it's looking cool. These posters are awesome. I like it. I'm still so excited for this movie. We did get a poster, just to bring it up, because I saw an international poster for Toy Story 5, just as a quick deviation. All I think about when I see this poster is, why am I blanking? Bonnie with back problems? Back problem Bonnie is gonna be her name, because she's gonna grow up to be 17 and go, why do I got hip displacement? Why do I need a metal brace, doc? Why? You carried 300 pounds of toys in your backpack, along with your school books, your journal. This should be no surprise to you, Bonnie. This should be no surprise. Honestly, as soon as we got you that tablet, we knew your brain was going to mush. We did not think it would happen this fast, Bonnie. So, Bonnie back problems. That's what we gotta call her now. Anyways, back to Mario and Peakland. We did get the popcorn bucket revealed for this, and no Ice Spice gift today, because this one got me good, guys. This one was one of the ones where I was like, I guess no, this one was like immediately I need it. Immediately. We have Yoshi holding a little Yoshi egg, and that's the popcorn bucket. It's a great size. It's perfect to go with the movie. I can't wait to see what the other cinema theater chains decide to pull out, because we don't know if this is a Cinemark, AMC, a Regal, and lately they're the ones that all got to put one out. Yoshi is crazy, chat. But we got like 10 different angles of this Yoshi bucket, so it looks like the popcorn just goes in through the egg here. The easiest way, but I just like, Yoshi's always been a fan favorite character of mine. Oh, Hoppers is getting a bucket? Huh. I guess that's something. That is something. But this is looking mighty rad. This is looking mighty rad. I like it. I think it looks nice. I can't wait. As far as like what other bucket can they make? I mean, the Bowser Castle would be kind of cool. The Bowser Jr., especially if you go with like the miniature castle that's been showing up in the trailers where they have the little jail for Bowser, just like a little Bowser Castle, opens it up and you can have little Bowser sticking out. That'd be kind of cool. Mario one, like with his fist, you open it with the fist. I don't know. Well, what else? A Birdo bucket. Now, why'd you choose Birdo? Yeah, for a visual reference for those who don't know, Mario Galaxy Birdo. Huh. We saw this and we're thinking, I need butter with that bucket. Huh. Yeah, chat. Let's go through his computer real quick, because I've got a suspicion about this one. Birdo bucket would be crazy. Honestly, I joke around, but maybe that's the way to go. Is there a Yoshi Birdo fanfic thing going on? Is that like a thing? Does Yoshi ever fall in love with anybody? I need to, because then you could just have a popcorn bucket that pairs nicely with each other. I'm trying to think of what else they could do, but I don't know. The obvious thing is always like the block, and they did do a bucket like that when the first movie came out. I was just kind of like, Koopa Clown Car, that'd be crazy. Koopa Clown Car. Or maybe the Bowser Jr., the thing he like flies on. Bowser Jr. What's that thing? This thing. That honestly would not be bad. The bucket, the popcorn held in there. You just put Bowser Jr. to the side. That could work. That could work. I'm giving you ideas. Giving you ideas. All this to say, though, pretty cool, though. We got this stuff. I'm loving the posters. I'm loving this. A lot of marketing going on. I'm gonna just look at some of the toys. Mario Galaxy toys. Let's see what pop. Yeah, they're starting to pop up, man. We got Super Mario toys. We got Yoshi. In the Yoshi toy, he's got like some Brooklyn stuff, like glasses, a hat, and a bag. So it looks like there'll be some moments in the movie where Yoshi's spending time in New Donk City. We have Bowser Jr., Rosalina. If I was a kid, heck, even me as an adult, I want that castle, dude. I am pissed something like that didn't exist when I was a kid, because who wouldn't love that, dude? I'm buying that just for my 2-month-old and saying, yeah, he'll have it. He'll enjoy it. But it's for me. It's for me to have. And then when he's old enough to have it, no. Here's your iPad, kid. Because speaking of that, it's only my age group, right? It's my generation that are actually buying toys. And you want to know the perfect example of that? We had people, today they announced Hulk hands. Believe it or not, Hulk hands are back. Remember that scene from Step Bro? Oh, Dale got Hulk hands? Dude, I remember the day these bad boys came out. Let me see if I can look up old Hulk hands. My brother got these for Christmas, my stepbrother, because he was the big Hulk fan. I was the Spider-Man fan, but these things he got under the tree one year, and I think I did feel like John C. Reilly. Oh, he got Hulk hands? Oh, these things were... Oh, and you'd be mashing each other, dude. You'd be punching me like, that hurt? That hurt? Of course it did, because I'm the Hulk. I'm the Hulk. Well, as proof, these things are $100. $110, actually, I believe. I think they have sounds. They got an imprint there. We got some nice veins going on. Accurate to the Hulk's texture, I'm sure of it. Who is buying these for their kids, man? This is for the adult. This is for me to use in videos. Pretty crazy, but that's just what we live. It's mainly us buying it, man. I think there will be a generation that just doesn't like spend as much on collectibles. I'm thinking about my kid and like, I'm gonna get him toys and stuff like that of things he wants. In fact, remember all the Superman like McFarlane figures I bought for like the Superman video? I put those all in a plastic bag. I saved it because one day I'm gonna show him James Gunn Superman, and if he's a fan, here's some toys for you. Here's some toys for you. But I think the gap with kids now in playing with toys to when they get tech is so much shorter than when we were young or when I was young, because for me, yeah, I'd have like a Game Boy. I had my Nintendo DS, but there was only so much you could do on that and play games with it. I had toys until, till like I was 12, till I was like 10, maybe 11. Because then by 11 and 12, I got my first laptop, and then I wasn't interested in toys anymore. And so that gap is just much smaller because kids then immediately get on Roblox, on Minecraft, like at the age of 5. So they had like a 2-year gap where they just like got to play with some toys and then they moved on. So it's going to be funny seeing my kids' generation grow up and it's like, are they going to spend $110 on toys? Or it's just, oh, the 3rd generation iPad. I remember that. I'm going to buy it out of nostalgia. That's going to be their collectible. Totally off tangent, and this has nothing to do with Mario anymore, but if you're still watching at this point, speaking to those on the Clips channel in the future, well, then I thank you for being here, buddy. I thank you for being here. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic. Friday the 13th. Oh, as you guys know, we are at the infamous date of Friday the 13th, and we still don't have a Friday the 13th movie coming out. Yes, they mentioned they're trying to figure it out and get a movie going, but I'm going to tell you, be ready for that thing to be so different than any other Friday the 13th movie, because although we got the legal stuff figured out, it's still kind of weird, and that's why we have Jason Universe Friday the 13th. Yeah, this version over here, looking all this. We'll see how it goes. I'm obviously still going to be excited whenever it comes out, but it's going to be totally different. Well, to celebrate, as you guys know, probably my favorite Friday the 13th movie is the 2009 reboot. I thought that one was done so well. I can't believe it got negative reviews at the time and people were harsh on it. I still think this holds up really great and is up there as one of the best Friday the 13th movies. Well, it was a successful movie. It did as good as like the Halloween 2018 movie that Blumhouse made. It was really good. So I was kind of surprised they never went through with the sequel, but we know it's because of legal reasons. However, the people who wrote this movie and planned the sequel just recently let us know their plans for what was going to happen in that next film. And so I thought let's just take a quick look at what they had in mind. So this is coming to us from comic book movie news, and they here were talking to the writers. They recently talked to them because they were also the writers, Damian Shannon and Mark Swift. They wrote Sam Raimi's Send Help. If you haven't seen that with Dylan O'Brien, Rachel McAdams, go check it out. Crazy fun movie. But they were like, all right, here's what we had planned for the sequel. You guys tell me if this would have been peak or not. So they have it here. The pair confirmed that the movie would have been titled Camp Blood, Death of Jason Voorhees. Right here is your first clue instinct of how they were trying to get around some of the legal loopholes, because again, it's one person owns the Friday the 13th name, Jason Voorhees, all this other stuff, while another part owns adult Jason, the hockey mask, and the stuff that we kind of know and love. Feels like they were trying to loophole away from that, and it's like, we can't call this one Friday the 13th, Camp Blood, Death of Jason Voorhees. Kind of wild that they already pulled the Death of Jason Voorhees card 2 movies in, when in like the original franchise, it took like 7 or 6 movies. To get to that point. A promise that fans of the series definitely seen once or furthermore before. Okay, so let's get into what was going to be happening in this movie. Let's see here. It says winter has never been done in the Friday the 13th franchise, and we've always dreamed about it. We want to see visible breath coming through the holes in the hockey mask. Ooh, okay, let's pause right there. That's such a great visual. I think that's the number one thing fans have been asking for with any Friday the 13th sequel, and we did hear that was a plan at one point. Just Camp Crystal Lake, maybe a frozen lake, in snow time, dripping blood on snow. But even that visual of just Jason's breath through the hockey mask in the ice cold, I like that. That would have been nice. And yes, I know we had, I think, YouTubers, right? I forget their names, but there was YouTubers who did fan films that fulfilled that dream, and it is awesome. Go check that out. Sorry that the name of them is currently escaping me. It'll come to me, and you guys will tell me in the chat. But anyways, okay, so there was that. We want to see red blood drips in pristine white snow. We want to see Jason. We want Jason to jab a long, sharp icicle through a camp counselor's eye. That would have been awesome in the opening scene. Never hike alone. Thank you, guys. Crystal Lake is frozen solid. 2 naughty teens go out onto the frozen ice to play hockey. The puck slides and stops right on top of what appears to be a dead girl under the ice. It's Whitney, Amanda Wright, from our last chapter. Oh, dang. I still sucks that they killed her off. Then on the shoreline, they see an impossible figure who looks like he wants to join them. Well, that makes sense. He wears a hockey mask for a reason. He's like, finally, dude. People come here just to have sex. People come here and they get a blowy over there. They get a handy over there. They drink over there. I'm in the hockey mask. I want to play some hockey, eh? He finally sees people playing hockey. He's like, you get to live. Shoot me the puck. Shoot me the puck. So that totally makes sense to me. That's how Jason would feel. That it says only he isn't holding a hockey stick. Oh, I don't think he wants to play hockey. It's a machete. As teased by Swift, the opening scene would have not only have been a franchise first in the snow, but would have also confirmed that Amanda Wright's Whitney and Jared Padalecki's Clay didn't make it out of the. Oh, whoa! Even Jared Padalecki's Clay died. What? I hate when movies do that, dude. I hate when movies do that. They have a whole movie dedicated to saving this person, going after them, and then immediately opening the next movie with dead. Why? I hate that. Oh, I get that. If you guys don't remember, because that one did break my heart. This actress, she does die in the movie, which I'm like, okay, totally fine to reconfirm. I think her death. Oh no, I got mixed up then. I thought it was the Disney Channel girl. That's his sister. Oh, dude. The whole movie was about this bro finding his sister. The opening would have been their 2 dead bodies under the snow. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get this movie. All right, let's continue on. I'm reading these details for the first time, guys. Didn't make it out of the ending of the film alive, though it seems unlikely that Supernatural star would... Okay, so it just seems like, well, he's not coming back, so dead. All right, fine. Bigger than the winter setting on the opening, though, Shannon and Swift revealed that the sequel would have seen Camp Crystal Lake open for business once again. That's another part of this sequel that was like, because only the opening scene was going to take place in the winter. Only the opening scene was it going to have the snowy setting. At least we got it for a bit as the opening of the film, but that's not what the movie would have been. So that's another part where it's like, okay then. Said bro turned his opinion so fast. Well, yeah. Well, you piss me off with stuff, yeah? I still would have wanted to see it. There's been a lot worse done in the Friday 13th. We had a whole movie where Jason wasn't even there. Fans of the franchise know this hasn't actually been in the series truly ever. Though the first time the film in the series was getting ready to for the camp to open, the kids never even actually make it to the camp before the massacre occurs. After that, the film would either use Camp Crystal Lake as a training ground for counselors or simply settings for various vacation outings. So the film actually opening the camp would have been another franchise first. Honestly, I would have liked that. I think that's cool. Almost having like a cast of like maybe half being kids where they could have been 13, 14. I think that's kind of cool to put them in danger. Not saying you have to kill them on screen, Terrifier or Art the Clown style, but maybe off screen or some of these kids going in peril. Like, I think that adds to the stake because you're not only following the camp counselors, now you got to protect these kids almost as a good vice versa of what happened to Jason. They didn't protect him, but now these counselors want to protect these kids. We had a really awesome zipline kill. And I always loved it. When I think of the zip line, I think about that Tim Robertson sketch. Everybody seen those? Zip line. Tim. If you know, you know. If you don't, look it up when you got time. But apparently they had a zip line kill. So just add a Jason mask on him. That would have looked crazy. You know what I imagine it would have been? Probably just a guy zip lining and Jason just turning. And then the guy arrives to the destination, but half of him. I don't know what else you could have done. Maybe split down the middle. Zip line. I feel like you're only here for the zip line. Okay, let's see what else. Though fans won't get to see the specific story of the Friday 13th franchise, the upcoming Crystal Lake TV series will be giving us what we expect. So those were just some details there about what would have been, what would have happened. Again, I don't love the idea of killing the main characters, even if they're not coming back for the movie. Just let me know that they live for happily forever after. Why would I invest my time, care about these characters, want to see them make it out, and just because the actors are too expensive or they're too busy to come back for the sequel, you gotta kill them off? No, just do a little news video that's like, oh, they made it. She sold a book. She's a millionaire. He's has a TV show now. I just want to believe that they are happy because of what they went through. Okay. Am I wrong? Anybody else? Come on, I can't be the only one. What would you guys have thought of this? What would you have liked? What wouldn't you have liked? I know there's been tons of stories and details about what this movie could have been like. At one point, LeBron James was going to be a producer on this movie. There was going to be a found footage version of it. That could have been interesting. You guys let me know. Okay. Time to talk about some Scream 7. Oh my goodness. This movie's quickly approaching, and I am trying to just be excited for Kevin Williamson and Neve Campbell, and I'm not gonna lie, I am still. I still love Scream, and I am pissed at what Spyglass has done and what they did to Melissa Barrera, of course, but I don't want that to ruin how much this franchise has meant to me since I was a kid, since I've grown up with these movies, so I'm just trying to be happy for it. Now, there's two things. Well, actually, just one thing that came out that I was like, what are y'all doing? This is not how the franchise should go. And then nothing where they revealed Stu. So first, let's take a look at Stu. For Scream 7. This got popped out because I think they're playing a new trailer in front of Wuthering Heights. So somebody recorded it. So this is a recording off someone's theater screen. And it's our first little glimpse. It just happens really quick in the trailer, and it's our first little glimpse of Matthew Lillard as Stu. Now, I told you guys a long time ago that whenever I was told about what's in the alternate trailer that they never ended up using, they went a completely different route and decided, yeah, let's actually not show Stu and just have his voice. But in the alternate version of the trailer, I was told that like Sydney has a FaceTime call. You see it in the trailer. They talk to one another, all this. And here it clearly looks like this is some sort of video call, and Stu is on the other end, glitchy, all weirded out, taunting Sydney. Now, some other things you might notice about this first look is he does have the scar. So it really is like trying to paint a picture like it's Matthew Lillard older, like it's Stu Macher older. He's got the scar from where the TV fell on him. It's fun. It's fun that they're playing into this. I still believe at the end of the day, it's probably the right decision that they didn't milk Stu too much in the marketing, because I then think you would have overpromised something that would have upset fans, because I am still thinking entirely going to be an AI, is going to be a deep fake, or whoever the actual killers are in Scream 7 are just using that technology similar to like the way in Scream 3 they had the voice changer, right? And this is just an updated version of that. And so I guess that is a smart move then. Don't overpromise Stu, and then when you see the movie, it's like, oh, he was AI the whole time? So kind of good way, but a good deviation that makes me question my theory, because it's like, oh, well, he is older. He's got the scar. That's not what young, freaking Matthew Lillard looked like. What a interesting route. So kind of cool. And I'll even say they did something cool marketing-wise. Scream 7 had, like, on TikTok, let's see here if I can find it. For the marketing, they played the entire Scream movie on TikTok, and through the course of the movie, they would have Neve Campbell, Kevin Williamson, and I forget the actress's name, but who's playing Sydney's daughter, just like randomly pop in and give their thoughts or some fun facts about it. And there was even like a little gag where, like, when Stu gets killed by the TV, they go, wait, if he got killed there, how is he in our? And they go, shh, don't. You're not supposed to say that. I can't believe people are like, oh, how could she do that? Did she just let? It's clearly a gag. It was a skit. They planned that. She didn't actually say something she wasn't supposed to, but it was cute, and it was fun to see people go ooh, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But this is kind of cool marketing, and as a community, for when the Scream community was united and excited for a movie instead of divided and always angry at each other, I think that was a cool piece of marketing. Okay, though, where Scream 7 recently, and I think even if you're for this movie, this comment should make you mad or make you worrisome about the future of the franchise. Kevin Williamson recently in an interview was talking about kind of like the future and where things are headed with the series. And I hate the sound of it. I'm like, why would you do that? Let me see if I'm trying to find the exact quote. Okay. So here we go. So in an interview with Empire Magazine, Kevin Williamson said, this movie doesn't really have that meta goal, he says. It's continuing the legacy of Sidney Prescott. It's all about her daughter. It's all about her family. We'll get to the next part of the comment here in a second. But that comment really made me fall to my knees as a Scream fan. The reason Scream is so loved by me and so, I would say, revolutionary at the time, where it did kind of revive the slasher genre as it was dying and as it was a joke, is because of its meta element, its commentary on horror. And those first three movies did a great job, mainly because they had a good script to follow. You make fun of horror movies, you make fun of sequels, you make fun of trilogies. Scream 4, my second favorite Scream movie after the first movie. It was making fun of remakes in that time, and I still think it was so ahead of its time. Even Scream 5, which I think nowadays has become so much more relevant given all the toxicity and things going on in the Scream fandom, man, is that movie holding up well. One of the things that pissed me off about Scream 6, it was losing that meta commentary. I'd like to hear from you in the chat, because I still like Scream 5 and 6, but the biggest letdown of 6 was the twist reveal of who the killers were, and that there really wasn't commentary. Like, if right now you can tell me what the commentary or theme of Scream 6 was, I'd love to hear it, because there really wasn't one, and that made me sad. And now moving on to 7, they're having it here well, we're not really doing the meta thing. We're just following Sydney's story. She's got a daughter now, and Ghostface is after her. That breaks my heart. So you're just getting rid of what's made this franchise the franchise. There is so much commentary left. There's so much things that you can be addressing or talking about and putting on a, I don't want to say a platform, but talking about and making interesting. If you're now just evolving to making sequels for the sake of making them, well, then you're just no better than any other franchise, and you've become the thing that you used to make fun of. The way they would talk about those sequels or movies in Scream 1 and 2 and how bad they got. You are now that in the franchise. And it honestly sucked hearing Kevin Williamson say that, because I'm like, this is your baby. This is what you made it. And now you're just like getting rid of the meta element. Don't care about it. Come on. She's got a daughter now. Ghostface is here. Isn't that enough? And I'm just like, okay, I guess. So I'm just like, why don't we just make a stab movie at that point if that's what we're trying to do? Which they were. There was reports they were like, they're thinking about doing a stab movie. Just do that if you want to make a mindless slasher. Scream to me was a franchise that meant something, and now hearing them say that, and that the next movie, because they've been heavily teasing Scream 8. Like, if this movie is making money, which surprisingly enough, the box office tracking for this is actually doing really well. There was a report that it had better pre-sale tickets than Conjuring, the last Conjuring movie, and that movie did so well that now they're doing a Conjuring prequel. Good for the franchise. Whatever. I'm not wishing the downfall of anybody, especially if this franchise means something to them. But I don't want it to just turn into straight to DVDs, hack and sack slashing. I'd like the meta element to be good. Now, I did see some people going, well, playing devil's advocate, was the meta commentary even really that good in 5 and 6? Agreed. It was lacking, and sometimes they beat you over the head with it. Like, definitely in 6, I love the character of Mindy, but there are moments in her speeches, it just becomes a little too on the nose, a little too like, okay, you're talking like you're in a movie, instead of like the way it was with Randy, where he talks like he's in a movie, but he's also still self-aware. This is my real life, and I know these are just theories, and he ended up dead. So I get it, but that's just a problem with the writers, and that's been the biggest downfall of the last 3 Scream movies, is it's still that same writer. At least with this one, there was also an interview Kevin Williams said he was allowed to rewrite the script, and that made me excited. But hearing that you're getting rid of the meta stuff, well, then I don't know what's there to be excited for, because I loved the Scream movies you've written, Kevin, and now it's like, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I did think this was also funny. Another comment, he said, Williamson found himself faced with another question, the gore. The gore. We said, we're going to do less blood. He laughs. We kind of screwed up with that. I said, I think we need more blood. And Nev was like, I think you're right. This was a weird comment they made about Scream 6, even Matthew Lillard, where they talked about Scream 6 was too violent, which I'm like, Scream has always been violent. Scream 4, Ghostface, was pretty brutal, dude. Scream 4, Ghostface was like slashing up people. It's always been a violent and bloody franchise. So it was weird when they commented that Scream 6 had too much blood. It's too violent. And now here they're saying, yeah, we tried doing less blood, but it didn't work, so we went back and added more blood. So why'd you even talk down on the last movie, buddy? Why'd you do that? It's all interesting stuff. Again, I'm going to go in with an open mind in this movie and hopes it blows me away. But that really makes me sad now if we're just moving away from no meta commentary and just going a soap opera route of like, well, we're just following these characters now. It's no different than what Fast and Furious does. Just following the family. You guys let me know. All right. Let's talk about the next topic at hand. All right. Disney. Wow. Okay. As you guys know, there was this new software that went crazy. I'm trying to think of what was the name? Dance? I think it was called Dance. Hopefully nothing crazy pops up, man. There was this new software that was owned by Bytedance. Who Bytedance might sound familiar to you because Bytedance was the company that I think still owns TikTok. But it's a big tech conglomerate, and they're moving forward with AI like a bunch of other companies, and they came out with a software. I think it's only available in China. I'm not sure how to go about getting it, but it's the kind of thing where it's like invite only. But either way, it's made some scary good stuff. I'm still not gonna say it's gonna take over, but it's getting close. Like this is all fake. There was tons of ones of like let me see here of like Marvel. I'm scared to scroll because some of these people will be making the weirdest stuff with it. Let's see here. Let's see. Sea Dance 2. There was like fight scenes between Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Let me see if I can find that one. Just to give you guys an idea of how insane it got. Well, here we go. This is all AI made up, not real. It's again not looking perfect, but it's close enough to where you're like, give it a few more years, dude. And I don't see what the difference will be between this slop and actually handcrafted stuff. Between I mean, this is Tom Cruise's Ryu and Ken. Dude, it's wild. Anyways, there's been a lot of Marvel ones. There was the one that went viral of Spider-Man versus Captain. Let me see if I can find that one. Just again to show you guys. Yeah, this one. This is the one that went viral just the other day. And it's crazy how passable it is for some people and how I'm just like there's obviously tales in here that you can tell is AI, but it is crazy now how it's gotten to this level where you could show that to your aunt, your uncle, maybe even your dad who works all day, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is a new trailer. This was happening in Doomsday," and they probably buy it. Crazy though, the Green Goblin's just back there like, "You doing my job for me, Cap?" All right. Either way, tons of use of Marvel. Well, Disney did not like that. Disney was pretty upset by this, and they have sent a cease and desist here. Let me see if I can pull up the article here. So it says Disney blasts Bytedance with cease and desist, letting letter over Dance 2.0 AI video model. Let's see here. Acasos was the first to report the letter from Disney following Dance backlash from Motion Picture Association. ByteDance virtual smash and grab of Disney's IP is willful, pervasive, and totally unacceptable. Let's see here. The human artsy campaign called Bytedance, which the parent company TikTok launched this week, an attack on every creator around the world, stealing human creators' work in an attempt to replace with AI-generated slop, destructive to our culture. Stealing isn't innovation. It's so nice that Disney can like say that, is understanding of that, but you know what Disney's currently making? Their own AI model that is going to do exactly this. Now, granted, they technically own what you're going to be able to AI, but remember, we heard about this, that Disney AI short form content. Let me bring up that article. They announced, I believe it was like a couple months ago. Yeah, see, Disney Plus to allow user-generated content via AI. This might unfortunately be the future of some streaming apps if AI continues going the way it's going. What this means is there will be a tab on your Disney Plus where you can AI generate whatever you want. And it'll be sanctioned through Disney, and it'll just stay on the Disney app. So you can go on Disney Plus, and you'll be able to be like, I want to have Captain America meet Elsa from Frozen, and they fall in love. And it'll produce that for you on the app, and it'll be okay because it's not stealing when Disney owns those characters and they're allowing you to do it. I don't think it's really that different, but that's honestly why they're doing the cease and desist. So don't give Disney too many brownie points on this type of situation because they're just like, hey, we're gonna do that. You can't do that yet. It's basically them being mad that that software is out there for free, and that they're like, oh well, we're gonna eventually want to do that. So, what is everybody spamming Tati in the chat? Thank you. Mods, if you can get rid of anybody spamming Tati, that'd be appreciated. In fact, here, I'll just do it. Gee, Chris, you're live. I am. Why? Is something crazier happening? Let's see here. 24 hours. There we go. Sorry about that. So that's that's going on. And again, then it does bring up a legal question because, again, trying to look at this from a business, not even a business, but just we talk all the time about how what AI is doing is stealing. And yes, think about that. What does this look like? This looks like the Tobey Maguire movies or the Avengers cinematography. This video would not be able to exist without the existence of the Tobey movie and the Captain America movie. I need some people to understand that is AI cannot just create this. It has to mimic what is already out there. And therefore, it is just always going to reproduce lesser than quality because the original is out there and it's copying from the original. You'll never be able to see it make its own thing that doesn't exist because it's constantly copying. And so when Disney are the ones who own it and they're allowing you to do it, is it then stealing? Is it not? I still think it is because of all the power it takes, how much it robs even from the CG artists who had to work on it, the VFX artists, even just the people who own those characters. How would Stan Lee feel that you can make Spider-Man kiss Kermit the Frog because it's part of your Disney Plus subscription? It's kind of weird, but you'll start seeing a lot less of these videos going around now because they've done that. I remember, what was the other, like, I think there was another AI app that was doing the same thing. It was, I forget the name of it, but there was another one, I think it was owned by Meta, but the same thing happened. They introduced a new version of AI that could do all this stuff. People then used it to make Spider-Man, Batman, all this stuff. They got a cease and desist, and then all that content went away. And now this new one comes out. It happens again. People just create what they love and know. Optimus Prime and Spider-Man. And then they get the cease and desist. Sora, thank you. And isn't Meta failing? That's also the problem is like there's been a lot of reports that AI right now is a bubble. It's costing so much power, so much time, so much all this. There's not much in return getting back. Companies are just doing this because they're trying to stay ahead and not be the blockbuster of AI because once one studio figures out how to properly monetize it, they're unfortunately going to be the new Netflix in terms of being super successful with it while the other companies are left behind. That's why you see these companies trying so hard to figure it out on how to make money on it, because whoever figures it out first, they got the head start while everybody else is behind. But I throw it off to you guys. You see this? What have you think about those AI videos? How do you think that they'll affect Hollywood and whatnot? It's just crazy to see, man. It's like, dude, give a few more years, I'm getting scammed. There's so many videos now that are so convincing, and I'm just like, I don't know what's real anymore. It's wild. It's wild. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? Spider-Man leaks. All right. Speaking of getting sued, Sony, please leave me alone. I'm gonna do a quick break, guys, because let me just scroll on what's been happening on the interwebs, because all the Spider-Man leaks, I'm not missing them, buddy. I've had them. Yeah, they're out. Oh, I just looked at one. I'm scared to put them on the freaking app on live. Bro, they're just out there. Okay, this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm just gonna scroll on Twitter. I'm not posting these. I'm not putting them out there. But if I happen to scroll and it's there, posted by somebody else, Sony go after them and not me. That's what I'm saying, dude. Okay. I'll just also only mention the ones that I've seen and that are legit. And nothing else. So let's start off with talking about this so we can start the clip off right. Okay, Spider-Man Brand New Day is quickly approaching. And even though we don't have a trailer, we're getting tons of leaks of actual promo art. This right here is from a Disney, like, up and coming, like what their blockbuster summer's looking like. And this is an actual promo picture. Sweet look at the suit. As you guys know, we got the talkie photo, and there was a children's backpack that gave us a better silhouette look as some of the characters. Well, when it starts raining, it pours, baby. And now we've got actual photos from Spider-Man Brand New Day leaking online. I'm about to look over. But to give you some context on what I've heard, where these photos are coming from, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've had two different people tell me this, so I'm thinking it might be real. Supposedly, there was a Russian hack on Disney months ago. And it was this person that actually let out a lot of the leaks that we saw. Remember that Toby leak from Doomsday? See here. That one where he's sitting in the chair, this one, all that's where it came from, because these photos are real. I'm telling you, these photos are real. These aren't AI. These are real. And a bunch of other stuff and things, and that's why we've been getting nonstop. Well, they also got their hands on some Spider-Man Brand New Day, but they hadn't been sharing those until recently, and now they're making their way online. So, taking a look at it, I'm just typing Spider-Man Whatever comes out, comes out. All right, let's take a gander here. Watch no leaks here. It's like, well, I'm not showing you anything. All right, let's just go to the homepage here. Oh boy, let's okay. First photo out the way. Not me, Disney. Shoot this guy, Herolci Raymond Nunes, who's Portuguese. Ay papi. All right, our first look here at Tombstone. Not me. It's the web showing this. All right. I have seen this photo. Yeah, I got to look at it before it went public everywhere. Dude, Tombstone looks like a menace. You know what I was going to do on stream? But because I wasn't going to show the photos, but now that they're going around everywhere, might as well. I honestly thought this is what he looked like. This is how I was going to describe him to you guys, and tell me I'm wrong. I think bro legit looks like the villain from The Mask. No offense to the actor, because I've seen the actual actor's face. He doesn't look this way, but in that photo, you gotta tell me. His face definitely looks a little bit like that. And like, dude, I'm thinking they put prosthetics or something on him, but they got the hair, they got the menacing face, and this right here just literally feels like a scene popped out from Spectacular Spider-Man when he's fighting Tombstone in his little penthouse and stuff. Like this scene from Spectacular, that's literally what it feels like. Like here, this so great. I think there's even a comic cover. Let me see if I can get it. That because you know that's what Destin Daniel Cretton is doing a lot. This one right here, that's literally I think what they're trying to pull off here with this. Just him holding him up, having him up there. Awesome, dude. I like how big the guy looks. He looks menacing, threatening, and from what we're hearing, this Tombstone is essentially the main villain. Tombstone is essentially the main villain of this movie, and he's the one doing a bunch of stuff, hiring these other villains, going after Spider-Man, trying to take over the city. Now that Kingpin is going up for mayor, he's got to handle the underground criminal empire. So honestly, I dig it. I dig this look and all that. So let's see what else happens to be perusing. So I was going to use this guy because he was just describing what was looking, and I was going to tell you whether it was accurate or not. But I think if we go into the comments section, oh, what's this? Some guy named Titterus. Oh, is that why somebody was spamming titties earlier? They were going to this guy. All right, let's just I'll just take a look here. I don't know who posted these. This is our look at Boomerang. This is what we got with Boomerang. I like it, dude. I think it looks cool. That definitely isn't Tom Holland's brother. Remember, I heard like that was a rumor, but I didn't get it from an official source. I just remember some people saying that looks a little too old to be Tom Holland's brother. But I like the suit. I feel like that fits with what Boomerang is. Cool look. We got Deadly. I wonder how much screen time or whether he's going to be like a quick part of a montage, because supposedly there's a scene in Spider-Man Brand New Day where it's just montaging different villains and Spider-Man's going after them. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Tarantula, gotta admit, they did him good. They even got the little spikes on his feet because that's part of his power set in the comics. He has like little venom that gives you like paralysis. They did good with the modern suit on this guy. I feel like that works. I like that. I think it's good. And we got this concept art of like something that'll probably be on t-shirts and stuff like that. Okay, we got that going on. Well, let's see what else is popping up, man. Let me see what else is popping up. You guys tagging me and stuff? Let's see. I've seen those. I've seen those. There's more, dude. There's more. I'm going to describe to you the ones that aren't online, because those then for sure I can't show if they're not out there. Now I've seen this one. This is not what the Scorpion that I saw looked like at all. But if it is, dude, if this is actually what he looks like in the movie, that would be awesome, dude, because I like this. Because I got to tell you right now, the one that's been the one that I've seen that is pretty official, is not look anything like that. This might be an AI recreation, might not be real. It says this is AI. I don't care what some people are trying to spread. Okay, so it's not real then. I trust Juan. The actual one, which I'll just search Scorpion. Scorpion. And see if it happens to pop up. Okay. Yeah, because the actual one here's we know this is the official, because this is from the backpack. And here we got a more HD look at it, thanks to that account I was just pointing at Juan, because he actually emailed the website that was selling the backpack and was like, hey, can I get the HD photo for this item? And they were like, here you go. Those guys probably didn't even know they shouldn't have done that, but they did. So we got the HD photo thanks to him. And here, the boomerang outfit, exactly the same pose and all that as the concept photo we just saw. But Scorpion here, honestly, his suit is looking a lot more likened to Friendly Neighborhood, and I'm not a fan of it. He was awesome in the show. Don't get me wrong. Had a great fight scene with Spider-Man in that show. Was cool. Not a big fan of this outfit, and it looks slightly similar to that. Now, I'm trying to see if we got a better look. I will say the look that I saw, which if it's not online, I can't show it. He is covered a little bit more head to toe in clothing, but it is more clothing. Like he has almost like an army kind of outfit underneath. It's green, and then set pieces throughout protecting him head to toe. Again, let's look at this so that way you have a better look. So he is kind of head to toe in some metallic, but it's not full on. He's barely got the scorpion mask. I do think it's interesting that the tail is kind of see-through-ish. Let's see if I can get that photo up. Yeah, here we go. You can see like the tail is going to be see-through-ish, skeleton-like. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. It's fine, but yeah, that's some stuff. Let me see. It says someone tagged you. Let me see here. Yeah, we've already done that one. The tombstone one. I don't know if there's been any other tags. Let me see. Because I know some people are just going crazy. Let me make sure I go to. So nice when you guys message me. That tombstone one is crazy though, dude. Doesn't he look just like the guy from The Mask? I felt so effed up saying that, but all right. All right, so those are the ones that have gotten out there. There's a possibility more could start showing up. Again, I'm only going to be able to show you the one. So this we're hearing is AI. This one, trust, this looks nothing like the outfit that I saw. And look, at this one doesn't even match. The tail doesn't even match. Now, could this be like an upgraded suit later in the movie? Maybe. But this one I'm hearing is not real. And again, look, see, you have the tail looking absolutely different. Would have been an awesome suit, though. I like this better than what it actually kind of ends up looking like. Okay. All right, that's all we got then. All right, then I guess I got to describe to you guys what the other leaks are looking like here. So when looking at them, some of the things that I've been seeing, let me pull them up again. As far as leaks go on things that I've seen, the only other ones that I've seen have to do with Punisher and Spider-Man. So there's just two. One I see where Punisher is just like shooting his gun in a hallway and Peter's like behind him. I think looking like trying to stop him because he's like shooting people. The other one, I'm just going to bring up a photo. Unfortunately, though, does not look as tough as this photo. Hey, I'm hoping they do it justice, but at least we're getting Punisher carrying Spider-Man at one point, okay? And this kind of makes sense to me. Remember, a lot of the movie is supposed to be Spider-Man's body's changing. His powers are failing. He doesn't understand what's going on. It's a Tobey Maguire 2 situation, but it's because he's going through this gene mutation metamorphosis where he'll get organic webbing, supposedly, right? So it makes sense to me, and that also offers a reason why Punisher would be there as help to Spider-Man, because I'm like, dude, he's Spider-Man. What does he need help from Punisher? But the photo I saw, unfortunately, Spider-Man just isn't even beat up. His outfit looks perfectly fine, and Punisher's just carrying him what looks like into a hospital. At least they did it. They put an effort into it, and for all I know, maybe they do the beat up stuff in CGI and all this kind of stuff. But the photo I saw, it's just Spider-Man in his like fully outfit and Punisher holding him. So, we'll see. Someone said, "Dude's going through puberty." Did I crack my voice? I'm sorry. But I would have liked something like these actual photoshops, dude. Like, I wanted to see Spider-Man get beat and torn up, dude. I can't wait to see who does that to him, whether it's Scorpion, whether it's somebody else. Let's see here. Any other leaks here? No, these are fake. These aren't real. These are fake. This is this right here is Bullseye on top of the roof in episode 1 of Daredevil Born Again, and someone photoshopped in a fan art version of a Scorpion costume. These aren't real. These are not real. Look one more time. That's not what it looks like at all. That's not what it looks like at all. That one's fake. PC people are just trying to get that clout now. Oh, chill, titchers. Hi. Oh, people are just spamming now to get their 5 minutes of fame. I'm just checking to see if there's any actual ones. That's it. So it's kind of crazy, guys. I think it's kind of wild, all this stuff that's coming. I am curious what Sony plans to do about it, what they're gonna have happen. I'm trying to think of what else to say that I've heard. Other than that, I don't know. The only other thing is people are wondering then, is the Hulk even going to turn gray? Because we've been hearing a lot of the Hulk going gray in this movie, and all the photos and stuff we've been seeing, Hulk is green. I actually don't think he'll turn gray. Maybe he'll go savage, but I don't think he'll go gray. Maybe he'll go pale green the way he kind of did in Age of Ultron. I feel like that's maybe what will happen. I don't know how they explain him turning gray, but I think we're definitely getting Savage Hulk back from this. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else. Nothing much else, man. That's all that's coming about. I still think it's crazy. It's wild. That is not what I expected Tombstone to look like, though, dude. That face scares the crap out of me, dude. I mean, Hulk going. Oh, I wish. Don't make me go gay. You won't like me. Maybe you will. I don't know. That's what gay does, right? So yeah. I did see some people mention that there's supposed to be an MJ one, like this one here saying people MJ with red hair, Spider-Man artworks, OMG, they're leaking. I didn't see any MJ one. Would love it if she has red hair, and especially if they're trying to go back to like kind of status quo of what Peter is and all that. Would love MJ with red hair. I didn't see any MJ photos, so I have no way of telling you whether they are or not. I think that's all that's popping up now. But you guys let me know then. With these photos, how you're feeling about them, which ones excite you, all these leaks coming about. How come Sony isn't acting? If I'm being honest with you, Sony saw that they profited just fine with Brand New Day, even with all the leaks popping up. I don't think they care. They're like, if anything, y'all are talking about the movie, hyping us up, keep doing it, we're fine. Like, cause it felt like all of No Way Home was basically online before that movie, and it still made almost $2 billion. I think Sony's at a point where they're like, let them. They'll show up. Those nerds will still show up to the theater one way or another. You guys let me know what you think about all that. Did I say, what did I say? Did I see something else? Yeah, No Way Home. I meant No Way Home. What did I say? 3. All right. That is all the big topics we were going to discuss here. So now it's time to get into your viewer submitted questions. Someone said Reddit time. I can go into like a quick Reddit look. Let me see here. Just epic rap battles of history. What is this? Let me make sure you guys can hear. I don't even know if I turned on the sound on this thing. All right. Influencer Smurf versus the Cat in the Hat. Begin. The Cat in the Hat, mad at the bat, cause he's dead next to a Fed. I'm here, you're there. Okay. You might be a blue man here, but I'm a blue influencer Smurf. I get down and dirty, don't check my DMs, minor problem in there. I'm not gonna lie, minor problem in there with an influencer Smurf joke. That went hard. That went hard. Do candidate, you spam a post like this that hard again, buddy, you're banned from the Reddit. You're banned from the Reddit. Oh, that's a good move. That's a sway move. Okay, that's a crazy one. See, CinemaCon, I wish I could go this year, but with a little baby boy, not gonna happen. Maybe next year. Bro, how did you guys get this photo? That was me the day I got hired for Subway. That's my first day on the job of Subway. I don't remember showing y'all that. Did I get hacked? Who want me? No. That was my first day at Subway. Oh, dude, I hate this. Yeah, I slept. Okay, which row would you sit in? Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, racist but hot Megan Fox. I mean, I think I'd pass to where she'd probably be nice to me, but Megan Fox would be a vampire. But she'd bite me, though. Okay, Michael would just be silent, which would be great. I think she would cry through the whole flight, so that'd be kind of sucky. Jason again, quiet. She'd talk, I'm a star. I'm going in my first audition. Definitely not next to Art or Freddy, dude. One will be talking too much. The other one, dude, I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up with no limbs, and he's gonna be not doing that. Long Legs and Chucky is crazy. Let's take off now, 'cause we're in the plane. That's what Long Legs will be singing for takeoff. Honestly, the best choice is the T-800 at 1. I'd be treating him like ChatGPT and be like, hey, T-800, how long is a plane? That's a good question. Planes come in all shapes and sizes, but the current plane we're on is a QX-5900, currently ranging at 3,000 feet. Fun fact, I murdered a little boy named John Connor. Someone said cornball. Okay, buddy. It's a reason I'm a YouTuber, not a stand-up comic, buddy. You're the one watching me. Who's the real cornball? All right. I think that's... Oh, dude, Guy Fieri? Not gonna lie, that crow looks dope, bro. me and my widow baby. Yes or no? John Cena should play... That's that John Cena's face? I didn't even notice. That's crazy. He does have the look. Ugh. More slop. More slop. Good stuff, good stuff. I still haven't seen the Muppet Revival, unfortunately. Still nothing. All right. Let's get into these viewer-submitted questions. Pushing 50. Not even close to 50, man. Not even close. Let's see here. What's your opinion on movie reaction channels? Do you think they're genuine or fake? I got conflicted sometimes. I don't mind movie reaction. I'll be honest, I don't really watch movie reaction channels, but I don't want... Here's the difference. I don't watch ones who are watching it for the first time. Could be genuine, could be not, but it's like whatever. People like that. That could be fun. I like more stuff like Pretty Much It, where it's commentary, where they're just making fun of what they're watching. So that's what I like more. But movie reaction channels are fine. I mean, people like that, and I totally get it. I tried it out once. I think there was a deleted video on the channel where I tried doing that with my lady, and we were just people who watch movies like this. That was funny, huh? So not good for the movie reaction channel. Do you think Godzilla X Kong Supernova ends on a cliffhanger? I know that that's what like some of the leaks and stuff were saying. Again, I tried not to go too deep into it because I still want to be semi-surprised by that movie and not have everything. But if it ends on a cliffhanger, that's crazy because I thought maybe they'd just end it with a trilogy. But to think that maybe they'd want to do more or have like an Infinity War Endgame type of thing, that'd be crazy. Matt Bradley, creator of Amphibian, has sadly announced that his movie project has scrapped by Sony Animation for being... oh yeah, I did see that. I don't know if y'all are going to like my take on probably why it got scrapped, but it was pretty clear it was an allegory, which I don't have a problem with. I would have seen the movie, and heck, I saw The TV Glow was one of my favorite horror movies of the year that came out. But it seemed like it was an animated movie for an allegory for trans and just the world we live in. Too much controversy, too much steam, too many people that would have been too upset by that. I think Sony just didn't want the smoke and they moved on. But he did announce that he has a project coming out that'll be separate. So look forward to that. Hey, Chris, any 3C advice on budgeting? Any 3C lore? I am terrible at budgeting, buddy. You literally saw I had a house with a room filled with over 1,000 Funko Pops. I am not someone to budget. Although I'll say, never been one to be late on my bills. Even before YouTube and all this, I always put bills ahead of things I needed, like food or stuff like that. Even then, I'm still not the best budgeter, and now I've gotten too frugalist. Where I think if we asked my bank account, which I don't even know if it's a real feature, but I bet if I asked my bank account to total up how much I spend on DoorDash in a year, embarrassing. It would literally it'd be the kind of number I think where you'd lose respect for me. Where you'd be like, damn, Chris, that how much? It's bad, guys. It's bad. It was going to be about a teen boy traveling to a magic world with Thai-themed spirits in hopes to cure before he undergoes a very scary operation. I don't know why Sony scrapped this. It was that right there. When reading it, it was pretty obvious. It was about a kid going through an operation that was going to be life-changing, and you were going to see their journey go through. It was a trans allegory, and that's totally fine. Like I think that actually was would have been a great story to tell, but it would have been too hot water and people would have taken it the wrong way, and all those woke bros would have had so many thumbnails and crazy things going on. So yeah. Do you plan on reviewing Cold Storage? Probably not. I'll check it out when it comes out and I'll mention it on the channel. But honestly, not too excited for that one. There's a lot of stuff coming out this weekend. I'm not gonna get a chance to. Wuthering Heights isn't on my list. The other thing I was trying to catch, but I don't know when I'll have time to with Valentine's weekend, and I have family obligations, is the AI movie. The don't I forget the name of it, but you know which one I'm talking about. That's the one I really wanted to see. I want to try to find a way to see that one. Don't Die or something like that. Don't Move or Don't Die, something like that. Someone's spamming. Are you going to talk about the iPlay? I've talked about it before, and I'm excited for the movie, but until there's a trailer or something more, Good Luck, Don't Die. There we go. Thank you. Until there's a trailer or some more stuff on it, it's not really much to talk about. But I'm excited for that movie because I know the story behind how Sylvester Stallone got Rocky made, how he had to sell his dog, he was broke on the streets. It's a really inspiring story. So I want to see that movie. But right now, all we have is the movie, and I have talked about it before. We just don't have a trailer or much else look at it. Hi, Chris. Do you think Marvin Jones III will be up there with Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus? Marvin Jones III will be up there with as Tombstone. He could be. It'd be nice, and I think Tombstone is one of those underrated Spider-Man villains that, if done properly in live action, he could be there to stay for a while. He could be a good crime boss to keep following. I think he's like almost like the Kingpin replacement, unfortunately, because of the legal rights issues with Kingpin that they have. But he'd be great. He could be up there as one of the greats, at least for Tom Holland's version. Yes. Do you plan on seeing Good Luck, Don't Die, Have Fun? I want to. Unfortunately, this weekend is just kind of tough. But I really do want to see that movie. I've heard great things. What's up, little charmer? I love you, and you inspire me. No, you inspire me, buddy. You inspire me. 3C, what's up? Just wanted to say I love your channel. You make every meal notification so exciting. Love you, and sorry I am back from a night out. It's okay, man. As you can watch during live or on the replay. As long as y'all show up and show support, I love y'all. Red. Oh, here we go. Oh, is it even? Red lights. For that one time, yeah. Ice 9 Kills will do a song for Scream 7. That's awesome. It's pretty cool. I think they have more. Is it just one song or is it several? I saw they made a post. It sounded like they were doing more than one. Did you see Brand New Day Lego leaks, Hulk versus Spider-Man? Yeah, I mean, how do you have the Hulk and Spider-Man in the movie and you don't make them fight a little bit? I mean, that's just a common thing you do. So to me, it was expected that Hulk and Spider-Man would fight at some point. I'm curious of the context, how that battle goes down, how long Spider-Man lasts, or how they manage to subdue Hulk. That's going to be the most interesting part to me. But as soon as they said Hulk is in a Spider-Man movie, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see them fight. It's just something you do. It's a common thing in a crossover. Plan to watch? No, but I had never heard of this movie until people started talking about it. Now I really want to see it. If you guys don't know, there's this movie called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And I guess it's also based off a TV show, but you don't have to know anything about the TV show. Now they have a movie. And the movie is getting great reviews and being called one of the funniest movies of the year. I'd never heard of it, but now I want to go watch it with the way people rave about it. So I have to try and find time to see it. Been meaning to ask you, the ugly stepsister getting a nod for makeup. Never thought the movie like that would get a nod. I think it's awesome that horror is getting more noms, is being looked at more, because they used to just kind of, be kind of thrown under the rug, but great for ugly stepsister. Just want to know if you heard Dan reviews on YouTube. He's kind of like you. Maybe a collab in the future will get along. Trust. I've never heard. Let me look up. Unless you mean like Dan Merle, which I do see him sometimes at the. He comes sometimes to the Dallas screenings. Dan reviews. Unfortunately, no, nothing's popping up for me. But I'll keep an eye out. Hi, do you like movies? If so, which one? I like them too. I think that one movie with the one guy, he had the other guy in it, and it was about this thing. That the movie I like. Just sends in support. Thank you so much. Thoughts? Oh, dude, finally. You know why? Because I never played the games. I know there was a PlayStation State of Play. They did announce a John Wick game. That looks pretty fun. But they also announced a God of War remake. And the only thing keeping me from playing the God of War recent games like Ragnarok and all that is your boy unfortunately never played the originals. And I just didn't feel right playing Ragnarok or this God of War without having played what they call the Greek trilogy, right? And now that they announced the trilogy, yes, I can play them. Because there have been times I try and find a way to play the old games, and I don't want to have to be the one to buy a PlayStation 2, a game, and all this stuff. It's because nowadays that costs a lot. Try to buy a PS2, the original games, you're gonna spend about $300-400, unfortunately, in total with all that stuff. But to hear them say that they're making a remake, oh, dude, great! Because now I can experience those games. Then I can go into the God of War and Ragnarok, which I know people have loved. But that's the only reason I haven't gotten into these, because it's like I don't feel right going into them without having played the originals. So, yeah, someone said, I have a PS2. I used to also, and I have no idea what happened to it. Went to college, came back, and it was gone. And so was my stepmother. Congratulations on becoming a new Papa 3C. I just found out at 47 I'm gonna be dad, and again my oldest is 17. And did you ever see Freddy's Nightmares? I only saw the pilot, or the 2-part episode, where it's basically like the prequel to Nightmare on Elm Street, where it shows his trial, how he got away with it, the parents angry. Those are the only episodes I saw, because it's the most with Freddy. I saw like bits and pieces of the other, but once I saw Freddy wasn't that integral to a lot of the episodes, I kind of dipped out. Your King of Cringe, Richu Be Apart game show. Yes. Who appears in the credits scene of Mario Galaxy? It has to, if Wario and Waluigi are not in this movie, it has to be them, right? They're like the missing Mario characters they can throw in there, but I'm so much more curious what they title the third movie. What is the basis of the game? Because they've already pulled from so much in Galaxy with Odyssey, Sunshine, Wonder. What do they do now? What is the third? I know people are going to be like, Smash Bros. It's going to be Paper Mario. Come on now. They are at Galaxy. You don't go to Paper Mario after Galaxy. Sorry, you Paper Mario fans. It's got to be, I don't know, Super Mario Party? I feel like that might not be, I know in terms of scope, a party and a Galaxy aren't as big, but I think Mario Party games, they're like, what, on the 12th, 11th? People play those. Those have been a long staple. Maybe some sort of Hunger Games style thing, and they have to play Mario Party type of situations. A Sonic crossover, unfortunately, isn't on the table. Sonic is owned by Paramount. Universal owns Mario. Unless those studios want to split the money, which would then make it meaningless, that's just not going to happen. It would be nice, though. And if they do Smash Bros, well, then it's only going to be Mario characters, which I'd be okay with, I guess. But you're not going to see people like Metroid or Link or who else? The Ice Twins or whoever they are coming in there. Mario 64 would be crazy. A time travel movie. I turned off The Good Place to be here. Love you. I liked The Good Place. I will admit, the show not fell off for me, but I got less interested as it went on. But dude, the twist of like at the end of season 1 when you're like, The Good Place. Oh, dude, that one hit. That one hit. Are you going to give your girl the 3C guarantee this Valentine? I already got her presents. Come on, boy. In fact, I'm making her a risotto tomorrow. Yes, 3C can cook. Sure, I was bragging about my door dashing. But when the time comes, I can follow a TikTok recipe. Liv 15 says, waiting for a 3C short film. Let's see here. Do you think food and beverage industry is safe from AI for now? I am right now. I don't want to get a bachelor's degree in business management. Cost $7K total online. I'm trying to think of how AI could ruin. I know there is movement to try and go towards 3D printed meat, which there's just a lot of debate going on that, and I don't know how to feel about it, because on one side, because the way they make 3D printed meat is they basically grow cow meat by using cow cells into a lab and then duplicating those until it's meat. And it's like, okay, we're not killing cows anymore, we're not killing animals, and we can have meat in a more inhumane way, sure. But then what are you putting in your body? Like, just genetically mutated meat, eating that, like, what are the long-term effects of that? And you don't know the long-term effects until you go through a generation that went through it. Believe at one point smoking was looked at as healthy or, okay. Now we see all these long-term effects because people were smoking for decades and decades. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this. I don't know, dude. That's the only way, but that's not even AI. That's more, 3D printed science. I don't know how AI could come in, unless just ruining like service workers, where you go into a McDonald's and there's just one guy working there because everything else is a machine, where you just tell it, yeah, I have a Big Mac, 6-piece McNuggets, and some fries. And the guy's just standing there making sure the robots do their job. That's the only way I see it. Where did you get the TMNT floor statue? Looks awesome. I think it was Sideshow Collectibles. TMNT floor statue. It cost a pretty penny. I don't even know if it's available. Oh, look, it's available at this place. Oh, and it's on sale. It's a pretty penny. 2,000 buckaroos. And it's big, dude. When you get the box in front of your house, good luck moving it, dude. I had to ask my friend to come over and help me on that one. But I love it, dude. I love it. It's going to be a pain in the butt Halloween time when I have to move it. I love that thing. I love it. Has anyone told you look like Captain Underpants? Mods, find his Valentine. Hey, Chris, I was just curious. Did you ever get your Dr. Doom helmet? Amazon? Yes, that happened to me. Amazon canceled mine a while back, and the Hulk hands just reminded me. Legit, dude. I honestly also didn't think about it until like a couple weeks ago or months ago. I had pre-ordered the Dr. Doom helmet, and then I was like, hey, that never came. Let me check on my order. I go to check on Amazon. Canceled. Huh? I was supposed to have a Doom helmet by now. Do you know how many things I missed out on with that? I need to reorder it or find another place that sells it. Before Chucky videos, do you remember your first video to really blow up, and what was it? My first video to actually blow up was Hereditary Ending Explained 3C. That was my first video to look, 79K views 7 years ago, dude. That was a good one. I had just finished watching Hereditary. I had a screening for it. I walked out of it going, dude, that movie was awesome. I loved it. And my wife and mother of my child, I'm walking out with her and she's like, I don't know, I was confused. I don't get what happened. And I was like, really? Well, this meant that, and that means this happened and that happened. I was like, I was breaking down the movie for her and what I picked up, and she's like, oh, that makes sense. So that was like, well, she's confused. Maybe a lot of people are going to get confused. Let me make a video about that. And wouldn't you know, it was my first video where I went to bed, I posted it. Usually when I wake up, a video has 400, maybe 500 views if I'm lucky. That was at that point at the channel. I woke up and it already had 40,000 views, and I was like, wow! I was so happy. That's my first video ever to blow up. And then I milked Ending Explains for the longest time. Did you see that Judith Hogg was set to yes, I did see that. I forgot to mention it here. Pisses me off, but that's also That was my pitch for The Last Ronin. I said you should connect it to the 90s Turtles because the people who grew up on that are now adults and they would happily pay for an R-rated movie, so why not cater to them? And it looks like they were going to do that, and Paramount said, I hate you, Turtle fans. Thanks, Paramount. I heard Johnny Depp is coming back as Jack Sparrow in the Pirates. That's been a rumor on and off that Johnny Depp is coming back. He's not coming back. Then last week we heard a rumor that his son is going to be in the movie, like Jack Sparrow's son. Then I saw someone else who I do trust saying that's not really a thing, but Margot Robbie is part of the movie. So I don't know how they plan to honor Jack Sparrow, but he either is or isn't in the movie. They heard your pitch and immediately canceled it. Thank you, good night, Drew. First new song for Scream 7 came out today, and not gonna lie, they cooked. Okay, good. I want to hear it. If you could give an existing movie a new style, ex-Cyberpunk Lord or The Rings, what movie and style would you choose? Much love to you and the 3C fam. A new movie with a cyberpunk look. You know, I remember when cyberpunk was kind of all the rage. Cyberpunk look. Let me just see that if I can find. It's kind of like this crazy look. What would be a good movie with a cyberpunk look? Like one you don't even expect. Let's do a Scream movie. Let's do like Batman Beyond, cyberpunk Scream. Let's just set it far off into the future. Somebody's like obsessed with old media. They watch Stab and they're like, I have so much tech. I could easily get away with this now. And then he does. Titanic cyberpunk would be crazy. What would they be doing it in a floating car? Oh, Siri, open the windows. Friday 13th cyberpunk would be cool. I'm just thinking about slashers. Art the Clown cyberpunk would be crazy. I think low key, I mean, isn't that what Jason X was? I always loved that in Jason X. He's just like he's cryogenically frozen in the future. They send him, he gets all roboted out. Dude, that was so awesome. How do people hate that movie? The movie War Machine got a 1-week theatrical release in Australia. Nice. I'm kind of curious about that one with the Alan Richardson. Happy Friday 13th. Who do you think wins? Jason versus Victor Crowley from Hatchet. Love those movies. Honestly, I'm going Victor Crowley. I know you want to pick Jason because he's got the more popularity. He's probably got the better movies. But Victor Crowley, he sprints, he runs. He is like literally roided out. He's basically what Jason was, but times 10. He was also a deformed kid that became who he is through bullying. Jason just had a big head. Victor Crowley was like pumping steroids, dude. I don't know. That's why I'm going. Who's Victor Crowley? Oh, let me open your eyes, son. Victor Crowley is from the Hatchet movies. Admittedly, they're not the best movies. I enjoy them a lot. Honestly, they were the Terrifier movies before Terrifier because they did a lot of great practical effects work. The kills in these movies are bloody, gory, and they all use prosthetics. There's also a lot of inside Easter eggs for horror fans, like Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger's in the opening. Kane Hodder plays Victor Crowley, and he did most of the Jason movies as Jason. They're fun movies. I like them. Again, they're not the best, but I found them enjoyable. 3C lookalike, thanks, dude. Your house is on fire. You can only save one Funko Pop and popcorn bucket and other random collectibles. What do you choose? Well, I've said it before. The only collectible that still means like a lot to me is this Spider-Man one. I have it off here to the side. And that's because this was like the first thing I actually saved money on to buy. This was like $200 back in the day. And that was like a good chunk of money from my paycheck when I was just working at a job. And that was like, I was happy. And I still own this thing. I still love it. And it's a great looking Spider-Man too. It's definitely that one. As far as Funko Pop, I really like the this one. But if I'm being honest with you, it's probably going to be my Marty McFly on the hoverboard Funko Pop. Because I just love Back to the Future. Details, thoughts on Doorman episode. Oh, I mean, I've talked about that in the Wonder Man video. I have a whole section talking about that. I loved it. I thought it was great. Awesome use. That's what I wanted She-Hulk to be. I know that's a weird thing to say, but that's what I wanted She-Hulk to be. Every episode to be a doorman episode, essentially a case of a person with superpowers that maybe did something wrong or something bad happened, and Jennifer Walters is representing them. Doorman could have easily have been redone as a She-Hulk episode where he's being accused of like, well, you kind of killed Josh Gad. You should go away for murder. Jennifer Walters is representing them, and she's like, well, you still don't know how to use your powers. You were reckless, but they were asking you to use them. Maybe you're trying to find a way to get them off. Honestly, that's what She-Hulk should have been. But instead, we got twerking, and I'm okay with that. I keep forgetting Scream 7 comes out this month. I feel like I really haven't seen any advertisements for it besides the Super Bowl commercial. They saved their pretty penny for that Super Bowl commercial, knowing how much it cost. So hopefully it works out for them. And like I said, the box office tracking is looking strong for it. So me talking about how poor their marketing is, it's somehow working. The Netflix movie War Machine got a 1-week theatrical release. Oh, yeah, just talked about that. Thank you. I heard that Amazing Spider-Man 3 is in the works. Oh, buddy. Not gonna, I wish, dude. I wish, but unfortunately not going to happen. Upload a new video on Marvel Token Fighting Game. Nice, buddy. Let's get it. Good luck, have fun, don't die is awesome. I know, I want to see it. Sounds so cool. Sony canceled an anime. Yeah, we talked about that. Not commercial enough for product. My webs will shoot hard once Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer releases. You and me, buddy. Backrooms will be loved by the new gen. Trust. Did you get that eerie feeling from Liminal Spaces? If so, which one do you find the most familiar? Yeah, whenever the Backrooms was first popping up and you saw like that room, I did get like a weird vibe where I'm like, oh, how do I feel like I know this place, even though I know I don't. It's just psychology, but it's like just a weird space. It's just like, what if you just woke up here one day, dude? What would you do? What would go on? Imagine the sounds, the look of it. It'd be terrifying. So Backrooms was a great concept. I can't wait to see how the movie does. I think I just got fired from my jobs today. Same boss, 2 different jobs, work 6 days a week. Any advice at all on getting fired? I know this is going to sound like not right. Anytime you get fired, it is always for the right. It was always good. Unless you like desert, like I don't know, you grab your neighbor's butt cheek or something. It's like, buddy, okay, you got bigger problems to worry about, right? But if you got fired and it wasn't your fault or laid off, I always think a better thing comes out of it. Anytime I was let go of because they just maybe didn't like me or that, I always found something better on the other side, and it was always leading me to the next step. In fact, when I talk about with my fiance, with the mother of my child now, I think about like how I was let go of my tutoring job. I lost my apartment. I had to move back in with my dad. I felt like I hit rock bottom. My life was going nowhere. I had just dropped out of college. I needed to find a job because I had a car payment. I looked online and I found this call center one, and I met her. It always will work out. So it might suck, it might ruin it, but know that wherever you end up, it's because you were supposed to be there, buddy. It's because you were supposed to be there. If you watch Crime 101 for real, you still need to check out Heat with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Val Kilmer in it. Oh, dude, I know Heat. Did you guys think I'm not a movie fan? I know there's some big movies out there I haven't seen. Trust me, I had a father. He showed me everything. Rocky, Rambo, Terminator, Heat. You think there's a flip side to that coin? I know it. I love Heat. And I'm curious about the prequel they're making. I do want to see Crime 101 because I like me a good heist movie. What would you pitch for a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Dude, sometimes when I'm sleepy at night and I need my brain to just like, because that's how I go to sleep. Sometimes I'm just there, and if I'm just thinking about, oh, remember that time I farted in class? Oh, cringe. Never happened. But, stuff like that. I just think about, okay, how would I do this movie? And soon enough, it dozes me off to sleep. Because that's how good my movie ideas are. Whatchamacallit? So I've thought about, like, how would I do Nightmare on Elm Street? How would I do Freddy Krueger? And I can never crack it down, man. I could just never crack it down without needing Robert Englund. I don't know. I like have some ideas, but I feel like they're just so basic. I still need all that. So it said, I'm still here. What the heck? Who's that? All right, let's see here. Put user timeout. Let's get him outie. So I don't know. I have to think about it. I really don't have a clear idea. But man, I need someone to do it soon, dude. I need someone to do it soon. God of War trilogy remake confirmed, and I'm happy because now I'll get to experience those games. I think at this point, Avengers Doomsday should be retitled Avengers Ultimate Alliance, like the PS2 game. Now that was my jam, dude. You're asking, well, if you didn't play God of War, what were you playing? Ultimate Alliance 2? I would play that game like it was my 9 to 5. I'd wake up. All right, I'm going to have Human Torch, Hulk, Spider-Man, and this Blade fella. I like his leather coat. And I would just be playing that, buddy. I would just be going back and forth on that. Love me some Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Let's see here. Chris, do you think they are going the Man Spider route with Tom Holland in the 90s series where by Spider will be a mutant spider? I'm so scared about how they're handling the Man Spider element. I've even heard some people starting to say online that the whole organic web thing is just a dream sequence. It's not even part of the movie. We'll see. That's a weird dream sequence to have. He just has organic webbing. Like, that doesn't seem very scary of a dream, but he has limbs coming out or his face is mutating. That would be wild. Definitely seems like the gene mutation or Peter, mutating is the reason Hulk, Bruce Banner's in there to give him a serum to calm him down or balance him out. But yeah, I'm curious how all that's going to go. 3 movies you saw that genuinely changed your life. Okay, Back to the Future, Nightmare on Elm Street, because Back to the Future is the thing that made me love movies. I watched that as a kid, and that made me go, I want to do that. I want to give the feeling this movie is giving me to other people. I want to do that. Back to the Future, Nightmare on Elm Street, because that's where my love of horror began. I saw that movie way too young by myself because my dad couldn't afford a babysitter. And I just had a box of VHS tapes, no way to Google trailers and stuff. I just picked one, popped it in. And once the movie started and began, I was too scared to get out of my couch and turn it off. So I sat through the whole thing. But that's where my love of horror began. After that, it is hard to say what is the next movie that changed my life. It could be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man because I still have very vivid memory of being a kid sitting there with my Spider-Man toy in the cup holder. I still remember the word Spider-Man, the title logo coming up, and I literally going, this is gonna be amazing. And that movie was, dude, this is my gift. This is my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. Oh, so good. Boba's here. Where's Boba? Where's my homie Boba? I saw people say Boba's here. Boba, if you're here, buddy, I love you, man. You're awesome. 3C quote, how... You can't prove I've said that. Have you heard about cold storage? Do you plan on seeing it? I have heard about it. I don't think I'll be having the time to be able to see it. Sedan sends in $1. Thank you so much. Charlie's Angels reboot in the way. I did see that. I remember liking the original Charlie's Angels. If anything, I'm still a fan of Charlie's Angels, but in Scary Movie 2. Charlie's Angels. Scared. That was the funniest. Moo. Oh, dude. Good. I didn't even know what it was. And I was like, why are they Power Rangers now? What is going on here? The last reboot they made, unfortunately, was not a big fan of. I wanted to give it a shot, but it was just not that good, not that well done. I wouldn't mind seeing another Charlie's Angels, dude. See here, sends in some love. Do you think more people will follow what Markiplier did if they have loyal and large audiences? I think Hollywood and music industry is slowly dying. It might be interesting if that ends up happening, especially if AI becomes so readily available and people could just make what they want like that. It sucks if that is a future we're headed towards. But Markiplier definitely did something where he showed, hey, I have a big enough audience that I can bypass the distribution studio system and put my movie out there and make buckets. Because he did, and that's awesome. And I'm so how do I say it? I don't want to say proud because I'm like, who am I to be proud of Markiplier? He's so big. But I feel awesome for him that he got to do that. He's like probably going to bed super happy every night because he not only got to live his dream, but he's going to profit pretty well from it. But only Markiplier right now could do that. I'm sure there's other big, like Mr. Beast could That's the only other person I could think to do it on that level. And he could probably hire, friggin' Kevin Hart. He can hire a Leonardo DiCaprio or something like that with the money he makes. And he has the level to do what Markiplier did, probably on the largest scale for a content creator. Chris Stuckman wouldn't be able to do that, unfortunately. Yes, he has a large fan base, but not big enough to like what Markiplier did. Nowhere would I. It's very few content creators that could probably do that, but it's awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. When do you think Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer's coming? I really don't know. If we follow the No Way Home marketing, it was 4 months away. So whatever 4 months away from the release of it is. Jacksepticeye's doing a movie? Awesome. He's got a big enough fan base. Moist Critical would be funny, dude, because he talks about his role in Hunger Games all the time. It'd be so funny for him to do it. All right. One moment. Dude, what is with all the bots nowadays, man? Can you rank Jeff Wadlow movies you've seen? Oh, dude, why would I rank Diarrhea? No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't be mean to Jeff Wadlow. He's probably a good guy, but I hate all his horror movies. I need to see Cry Wolf, because, okay, I say I hate his movies, but Never Back Down is peak. Never Back Down, #1, without a doubt. And then, dude, honestly, the rest of these are just all on the same level. I have a little bit of like of Kick-Ass 2 because I love the first one so much. So maybe that one. Curse of Bridge Hollow was okay. Again, I need to see Cry Wolf. But everything else, dude. No, thank you. Never Back Down was awesome, dude. Never Back Down made me think I could fight somebody. And that's dangerous. Chris, what are your thoughts on Crossed Movie? It's a horror movie based off a horror comic book. I've never heard of Crossed Movie. Crossed Movie. I've never heard of it. That's crazy. I'll look into it, buddy. I'll look into it. I think you might be missing the description. It's about who's sick, which is what happened to the director, Matt Bradley. No, I looked pretty deep into it. And like I said, it's a life-changing operation, not life-saving operation. It's pretty obvious what the allegory was for, but it's a sensitive thing to talk about. And it's just the same thing that I talk about with like Luca, the Pixar movie. That's clearly a gay allegory, which is perfectly fine. But the creators themselves even kind of shy away from admitting that just because of the unwanted hate and the visceral force from other people who are like, get that away. Don't do that. It sucks. So it's a clear reason why, unfortunately, that movie didn't happen. But I'm curious to see what they do next. I watch Go today. Sony Animation is cooking. You now consider them in top 3 best animation studios. Well, I don't want to say top 3 yet, but they are definitely headed into a strong direction where it used to be Sony Animation is making blank. I'd be like, ew. Now Sony Animation's making this. I'm like, ooh, can't wait to see how that is. When we get to the point of, oh, it's automatically going to be peak regardless of what it is, that's when we know we've hit that status. Let's see here. What type of universe do you want to escape from reality? Also, I'm glad my girl cat black cat appear in Noir shirt. Yeah, we'll see if she gets the actual black outfit though. We'll see if she gets the black. Doubt it though. Maybe she'll just get some. Well, she's not even. She is a cat. So some kitty ears maybe. Hey Chris, longtime fan from Australia since the No Way Home era. I'm a Zealand fan and wondering if we'll get a movie teaser for the 40th anniversary soon. That'd be a good time to do it. They're definitely working hard on that, and I can't wait to see the tone and the feel of that movie, especially after those behind-the-scene photos and stuff leaked. I'm so excited. Thoughts on Hard Eyes confirmation too? I don't mind it because I'm like, Hard Eyes was actually a fun. I thought the movie was actually enjoyable. I like the balance of comedy and brutality. What did suck about it was the killer reveal was way too complicated. But this idea of like a guy who kills couples on Valentine's Day, that's just fun in the same way Thanksgiving was fun. I thought the 2 leads had great chemistry with one another. A lot of good jokes in it. So a second movie, sure. I wouldn't mind it if they can keep the momentum up. So yeah. Good luck, have fun, don't die is only in theaters till Wednesday. Oh. Maybe I can find a way to sneak out on Tuesday or something. The director of I Saw TV Go has... dude, yes, I'm so excited for that. It sounds awesome. if you guys don't know what he's talking about, which again, I saw TV Glow, was one of my favorite movies of that year. And let's see here. What was it called again? It was called something Massacre. Okay. I saw the TV Glow. Will probably pop it up. I like the vibe. Like, the cinematography and just look of that movie. I saw TV Glow. I loved. Uh, and now it feels like they're bringing a similar tone to this new one. It's called a new kind of horror remake. Oh, it's a remake or a new kind of horror remake. Okay. A teenage sex and death at Camp Maisma will open in theaters August 7th. A queer filmmaker is hired to direct a new installment of a long-running slasher franchise. The director fixates on the prospect of casting the final girl from the original movie, and the two women descend into a frenzy of the psychosexual mania. Again, kind of crazy, but it feels a little meta. So again, it's a guy who's trying to, a person who's trying to make a horror movie. It's almost like let's say a Friday the 13th or a Nightmare on Elm Street. And they're trying to cast new and old people, and they butt heads, and they end up making a real horror movie. I don't know. It looks kind of crazy. I definitely want to check it out. Like I said, I like the tone and vibe of this like little teaser they put out. It feels like I saw the TV Glow vibes. Let's see here. Can't think of some to say, but I fuck with you. Slime 5F. Thank you. Thank you. Huge fan. What do you want out of Scary Movie 6? I want it to just be funny. I need it to be funny. I need minimal pop culture references. I don't need you to make a joke at the Kardashians. I don't need you to make a Donald Trump joke. I don't need you to do any of that. Just focus on making fun of the horror movies. I say that, but sometimes there's pop culture stuff that I realize did make the movies funny to me, like the "What's up?" That was a commercial. That wasn't a movie. That was a beer commercial that then they made fun of that ended up becoming popular. The basketball scene in Scary Movie 2, that was also another commercial they made fun of. So I guess there's some ways you can integrate like pop culture or non-movie related stuff where it ends up becoming iconic in the film itself. But I just mainly want to stick to making fun of horror movies in a clever way where it's not just a fart joke. I just want there to be some cleverness, but there could still be a silliness involved to it, the way The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson did, because there's a lot of like fart and dumb jokes in there, but then the clever jokes really did hit. I just don't want it to turn it on to Meet the Spartans, if you guys remember that one. That one was nothing but pop culture slop, and it was just like, ugh. Boba says hi from the stream right now. Oh, thank you, Boba. Appreciate you, Boba. Papa Chris, don't ever smack talk Paper Mario. Hey, I'm not smack talking Paper Mario. I'll be honest though, I didn't play it. I didn't play it, but I was not smack talking it. I'm just saying you can't go from Mario Galaxy to Paper Mario as like a step up. It's just, unfortunately, you can't. You can't. Have you seen the new update for the? Yes, I did see, but it didn't even feel like that big of an update because last we heard is Blumhouse is making a Dead by Daylight movie, and what did we find out today? Blumhouse is making a Dead by Daylight movie. I think they added like the writers of it, but the announcement didn't feel that impactful to talk about because it's just this movie you heard was coming. Now it's really coming. Okay, cool. Have you seen Blumhouse are making a Dead by Daylight? Do you think killers will cameo? No, I saw a lot of people say this, and I remember when they first announced the movie, they made it clear they're going to be sticking to their original characters and characters in it. This isn't going to be like a Fortnite situation because I know Dead by Daylight has a lot of characters thrown in there like a Ghostface and Michael Myers and even Springtrap. That's not what they're going to do with the movie. They're going to use their original characters, throw them in there. It's not going to be like, oh, Michael Myers can make a cameo. FNAF can make a cameo since they own them. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to make an actual story. They're not trying to make a Fortnite of, killer map games. What do you think of the rumor that Spider-Man sleeps for a few years? I hate that rumor. I saw that floating around. I do not believe it, and I would hate it if that was true. Again, I don't know if it's true or not, but if that is, basically what they're saying here, guys, is how we've been hearing Spider-Man will be in a cocoon? Well, one thing people did notice is Spider-Man No Way Home and Spider-Man Brand New Day are really far apart from each other. They're 4 years apart within the timeline. In that time, Peter should have already graduated college. Ned and MJ should be off doing things. That's a big gap of Spider-Man's just college career just to skip over. How do they explain it? He was in a cocoon all those years and just now woke up. I will go to Kevin Feige and take that hat off myself, man. No, that better not be real. When do you think the first trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer? Again, I have no idea. I'm just going to go off what they said because No Way Home started 4 months before. So whatever 4 months before the release date is. Concept scene. They announced The Strangers Chapter 4 and 5. Action. You thought I was strange before? Well, now I'm stranger. You want to see my chapters 4 and 5? Zipper sound effect. Exclusively on the hub. The Scream 7 song that came out today is called Rearranging Scars. It's going to rock metal vibe. It's right up my alley. There's also 3 more songs. Well, that's good. It's all Scream has kind of had like a rock metal vibe, kind of a little bit in some of the earlier movies. Why Scorpion design look like Spider-Man 3 video game? Yeah, if you're talking about that AI one, that's not a legit one. Yo, Chris, Boba Talk says hello. Well, tell him I said hello back because I love Boba Talks. Are you going to review The Bride? I am probably going to review The Bride. Chronicle 2 or The Last Ronin? Last Ronin. At least I have the first Chronicle to always love and admire. But then that's a sequel. I'll never know if I get a live action Last Ronin, so I'd rather get it now. How was Eugenio Porter from The Walking Dead not on the 3C lookalike list? Oh, Eugene. Sorry. I was thinking you were saying something else. Dude, don't, that mullet looking fool. Eugene, don't do this to me. Walking Dead. You think I look like that guy? The guy who's got the cure and is going to save everybody? Oh, come on now. You don't. No. Will your live stream the whole season of Dispatch? Probably not, buddy. I want FNAFs on disc, but fear trilogy cash grab. They'll probably be on discs. I think they'll. I mean, are they not already on media? I'm just interested in the third movie to see Springtrap and Matthew Lillard finally fully realized. I just hit 100K subs. You got any YouTube advice? Short form content. Start doing it. I'm trying to do more of it myself. Get a lot more subs that way. Will your live stream the Wolverine game? Probably will. Probably will. I don't know if I'll do the whole game like I did Spider-Man, but it probably will do at least a little bit of it. Yo, Chris, did you see the Screen Rant article where Dan Trachtenberg said he's going to still work? Yes, and I'm glad. He still seemed iffy on it. He said, no, I'm still open to that, but, I'm excited to do the Paramount stuff and all this, so everything's in flow. It sounded like a non-answer where he's like, I could still maybe do it. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm glad that there's an openness that he could be back. Can I get an early birthday wish? It's on Monday. This is money is for your son and wife 3C. Thanks for everything you know. Thank you. Feeding my family. Compa praises Project Hail Mary 2. You go, yes, I'm going to see Project Hail Mary. I'm debating on whether to read the book. So many people are hyping up the book or talking about how awesome it is. But anytime I have gone from reading the book to watching the movie, I do come out that annoying person going, I like the book better. And heck, I just want my movie experience to be good. So I think I'm just going to go in not having read the book so you could at least have that perspective, because I think you're going to see so many reviewers go, I read the book, and by read the book, I heard the Audible, which I'm not even dissing you. I would do that too. Which I heard the Audible is great. I'm not even a bot. Like, I don't want to send too much money. What do you think about Stu being the new Scream trailer? You owe me $2, but it's kind of crazy to throw him in there, but hey, it is of a digital grab, so I think it's proven the AI or deep fake theories right. Papa 3C, will you live stream the Wolverine game? Yeah, like I said, it probably will. Hey Chris, a Spider-Gwen animated movie's in the works. I did see that was floating around. We'll see if it becomes a reality or not. It'd be funny if Sony just sticks to like milking the animated stuff and is like, all right, Marvel, you could do the live action stuff. You ever watch Tales of Desperado? Yes, I wish we could have more obscure movies like 2000s. I hope someone put all your 3C lore together so you know the 3C you've done and what new lores you can. That'd be good for whoever's doing those 3C clip channels. Do a section on 3C lore. I give you permission. Matt Bradley movie teen characters having a life-altering operation necessary to live. It was about him. Nice. Currently writing a low-budget indie slasher to film next year. Set here in Northeast Oklahoma. When I film, would you be down to cameo? Big fan. I don't want to make any huge promises. You got to tell me how much time and how long it takes, because it is a drive from here to Oklahoma to get there, and I got a little boy now. But no promises, but yeah, send me what you got, and we'll see. Sonic 4 coming out next year and still no news. I mean, that's totally fine. It's still kind of a ways away. If anything, we'll probably get news in summer. People did say February they always drop the title, so we'll see. We'll see if by Valentine's Day or something. Maybe that would be a good way to do it, especially if Amy's in the movie and they want to play on the whole Sonic and Love thing. That might be a way to do it. All right, my movie peeps, that's where we're going to have to end it right now. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and everything you do. I love your faces. Take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. And if Sony nukes the channel, well, just know I did it for you. Adios, my beautiful people. Have a great weekend.